It was about when I was 13 or 14. Me and a bunch of people from church went up to Nashville to hear the Duck Commander talk at a spiritual outdoor show. And I remember he came out on stage that night. He had his lanyard of duck calls in one hand and the Holy Bible in the other hand, and he cut down on one of those calls and just hailed called and said, "This is what we use to call ducks with." And he said, "And this right here, this is what we use to call men." And that spoke to me in a major way, because my life is characterized by two things predominantly: duck hunting, but first and foremost, doing ministry in the Lord's church. After the show that night, I stood in line to meet Phil Robertson and talk to the Duck Commander. In my mind, it was a big deal. And I'd bought the Classic Commander and the cut down Reacher. Got it in the mail about a couple weeks before that show. And I couldn't blow it. I didn't know how to blow a duck call. And so I took it, had it in my pocket, because I was going to get him to autograph it that night anyway. And he said, "I see that you bought the cut down Reacher." I said, "Yeah, I can't get it to sound good. Don't sound right." He said, "Don't sound right? Let me see that thing." And he blew on it about as loud as he could, sounded perfectly to me. Everybody got real quiet. And he said, "Son, rule number one, it ain't the call, it's the caller." I'll never forget that. That call don't make it out here in the duck blind. It's sitting on the shelf at the house. It's like the holy grail of all duck calls. But I got pretty serious about duck hunting after that. And I got pretty serious about doing church work. Both of those things are sacred things to me. I'm an engaged man. I'm gonna get married here in the summer. And I remember telling my fiance when we first met, there are two things that you can never ask me to stop doing. I said, number one, first and foremost, don't ever ask me to stop working in the Lord's church, being a ministry. And number two, don't ever ask me to stop duck hunting. And she has grown to understand that my life is characterized mainly by church work and duck hunting. Everything else falls in between in its own place. She's had to learn to understand that, compromise on that. She's got to be able to cook and carry a Bible and pick your ducks, and she does all that. The dictionary says that the word obsession is an idea or thought that continually preoccupies or intrudes a person's mind. And there's a lot of people that know me that would agree with me and say that that's duck hunting for Heath. And to hunt with the Duck Commander, that would cap it all off. And so them boys at Benelli, they say, they ask me, why do you get to hunt with the Duck Commander? Why do you deserve to go down and hunt with the Duck Commander? And my conclusion is this: outside living for the Lord Almighty and doing the work He wants me to do, what else could there be?